Welcome to Shocking History Photos, where every photo tells a forgotten story. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. What if you could walk through time and watch New York transform before your eyes? From horse-drawn carriages on cobblestone streets to self-driving taxis flashing past LED-lit towers, this is a side-by-side journey you won't believe. Each rare photo tells a story, from gritty alleys to glowing skylines. And the last one, it just might change how you see the city forever. Step into 1875, right in the heart of Central Park. The Mall, to be exact. No honking, no flashing screens, just rustling leaves, and the quiet chatter of well-dressed New Yorkers. This was the social runway of the Gilded Age, where top hats and parasols ruled the scene, and every step was a statement. Now, fast forward to today, and the transformation is jaw-dropping. The same tree-lined path is still there, but it's buzzing with joggers, skateboarders, artists, musicians, tourists, and locals, all tangled in the electric energy of modern NYC. Smartphones have replaced canes, and performance art now takes the place of Sunday strolls. Old charm meets modern hustle, and somehow the mall still holds that magical, timeless vibe. It's the late 1800s, and you're trotting down Fifth Avenue, not in an Uber or a yellow cab, but in a horse-drawn carriage. The streets, unpaved and dusted with snow. The skyline, not a single skyscraper in sight, just towering church steeples and grand stone mansions staring down in silent dignity. This was Fifth Avenue before the hustle took over. No honking horns, no traffic lights, just the sound of hooves and wheels on cobblestones and the soft murmur of bundled-up pedestrians making their way through one of New York's most elegant stretches. Now, fast forward to today, Fifth Avenue is a glittering artery of commerce and culture, pulsing with high-end fashion, glass towers, and a blur of headlights. The carriages are gone, but the grandeur remains, just traded in for Gucci storefronts and Instagram selfies. The street that once whispered elegance now roars with ambition. Here stands the Met in 1905, stoic, grand, and already whispering the secrets of centuries. Back then, it wasn't just a museum, it was a statement. A declaration that America too would be a guardian of art, culture, and history. Notice the stillness. Horse-drawn carriages wait patiently. Visitors approach slowly, in long coats and bowler hats, ready to be awed by relics from Rome, Egypt, and far beyond. Central Park waits in the background, like a quiet sentinel. But the Met was just getting started. Fast forward to now, and this same facade greets over 6 million visitors a year. But today, those steps are a social media hotspot. Inside, timeless masterpieces meet cutting-edge fashion exhibits and modern art that challenges the senses. In 1905, the Met was a treasure chest. In 2025, it's a living, breathing conversation between past and future, still majestic, just louder. In 1903, the New York Stock Exchange was a roaring arena of paper, pens, and shouting men in suits. The trading floor had just moved into its new neoclassical building on Wall Street, a marvel of American ambition. Brokers in crisp waistcoats crowded around chalkboards and ticker tape, scribbling as numbers flew in by telegraph. Deals were shouted, hand signals were thrown, and fortunes were made or lost in a matter of minutes. It was loud, chaotic, and purely human. Today, the NYC trading floor feels almost surreal in its transformation. It's still a symbol of capitalism, but now the noise is digital. Massive LED screens glow with real-time data, charts, and global updates. Traders work at sleek stations, often staring silently at monitors, while high-frequency algorithms do the heavy lifting in the background. The chaos is gone, replaced by a hum of technology. A beam of divine light cuts through the dusty air, illuminating the vast concourse of Grand Central Station in 1940. The station, completed in 1913, wasn't just a transit hub, it was a monument to American engineering and elegance. The iconic celestial ceiling above and the towering arched windows gave travelers the feeling they were stepping into a temple, not just catching a train. Back then, sunlight streamed through the skylights, unfiltered, untouched by towering buildings. Today, Grand Central Terminal remains a breathtaking landmark, but its energy has transformed. Gone are the shafts of sun piercing the hall, replaced by the soft, steady glow of modern lighting, dimmed by the towering skyline that now surrounds the building. Commuters scroll on smartphones and rush past food kiosks and designer storefronts. The terminal still echoes with the footsteps of millions each year, but now it's also a hub for tourists, tech workers, and travelers from around the world. In the early 1900s, Times Square was still finding its identity. Known then as Longacre Square, it was more horse carriages than headlights. After the New York Times moved into its new skyscraper in 1904, the area adopted the name Times Square. Soon after, it lit up, literally, with the first electric billboard appearing in 1904. But it wasn't yet the chaotic, neon-soaked center we know today. Today, Times Square is an overwhelming burst of lights, screens, and sound. Towering billboards flash 24/7, streaming ads, music, and non-stop headlines in a sensory overload that draws over 50 million visitors each year. The area is now a pedestrian-friendly plaza, packed with tourists, street performers, costumed characters, and flashing selfie sticks. Broadway still pulses at its core, but it now shares the spotlight with global commerce, pop culture, and tech giants. Coney Island was the ultimate escape for New Yorkers, a wild wonderland of thrills, laughter, and sea breezes. Picture this: wooden roller coasters rattling over screaming riders, sideshow barkers calling out to curious crowds, and ladies in long dresses wading into the Atlantic. Luna Park, Dreamland, and Steeplechase lit up the night sky, back when electric lights still felt like magic. Today, Coney Island still holds its title as New York's playground, but it's wearing a different outfit. The historic wooden Cyclone coaster still roars, and the boardwalk still welcomes flip-flop-clad crowds, but the area has modernized. Glass high-rises peek over the horizon, new attractions have joined the old, and the crowd is as diverse as the city itself. Chinatown was a world within a world, narrow streets packed with wooden carts, the scent of roasted duck and incense in the air, and people wrapped in long coats and traditional garments. It was a tight-knit enclave of immigrants carving out a life in a foreign land. Laundry lines stretched between buildings, handwritten signs adorned shop fronts, and the rattle of hand-pulled carts echoed off brick walls. Fast forward to today, and Chinatown is still buzzing, but it's evolved. The long coats have been replaced with sneakers and streetwear, the carts with traffic lights and delivery trucks. Neon signs blaze in Mandarin and Cantonese, and you'll find bubble tea shops next to century-old herbal pharmacies. Modern high-rises loom nearby, but inside Chinatown's winding streets, tradition still pulses. When the Empire State Building rose into the clouds in 1931, it was more than a skyscraper. It was a symbol of American ambition. Built in just over a year during the Great Depression, it pierced the sky at 1,250 feet, dwarfing everything around it. It was the tallest building on Earth, a steel and stone declaration that New York was unstoppable. Today, the Empire State Building is no longer the tallest, but it still reigns as the most iconic. Surrounded by a skyline that's exploded with glass giants and luxury towers, it now stands as a timeless reminder of a different era. LED lights now glow at the top in colors that change with the season, and the observatory has gone digital with interactive exhibits and immersive experiences. It's not just a tourist stop, it's a legend, standing proudly in the heart of Manhattan, whispering stories from nearly a century ago to a city that never sleeps. In the gritty underbelly of turn-of-the-century New York, the rag pickers, also known as rag carters, were a familiar sight. Clad in worn clothes and pushing wooden carts through cobblestone streets, they collected scraps, old clothes, paper, and junk to resell or recycle. These men, women, and even children were the unsung gears in the city's recycling machine, survivors hustling through back alleys and tenement neighborhoods just to earn a few cents a day. Today, the rag carters are gone, but their legacy lives on in a modern form. Sanitation departments, recycling centers, and eco-conscious startups have replaced the street-level scavengers. The hand carts are gone, replaced by high-tech recycling centers and sustainability apps. When the rink at Rockefeller Center opened to the public in 1940, it felt like pure winter magic in the heart of Manhattan. Skaters glided across the ice in long wool coats and elegant dresses, surrounded by the Art Deco architecture that gave the plaza its timeless charm. Today, it's a full-blown winter spectacle. The rink lights up with dazzling colors, vibrant music, and people from around the globe capturing their moments on smartphones. Gone are the heavy coats and formal attire. Now it's puffers, beanies, and bright scarves flying past LED-lit trees and sparkling shop windows. It's louder, livelier, and a whole lot more Instagrammable, but that same sense of wonder is still alive. In the early 1900s, the Manhattan Bridge was a massive steel skeleton stretching across the East River, unfinished, raw, and full of promise. Workers balanced on narrow beams high above the water, suspended in the air as the city's newest gateway began to take shape. It was an industrial marvel in progress, echoing with the clang of iron and the determination of New York's rise. At the time, it wasn't just about connecting boroughs, it was about building the future, one rivet at a time. Fast forward to now, and the Manhattan Bridge stands tall and proud, fully completed and glowing under the city's night sky. It's no longer a construction site, it's a masterpiece. Elegant lights trace its towers and cables, turning it into a glowing ribbon over the river. Trains rattle across, cars cruise by, and pedestrians soak in the stunning skyline views. What once was steel and struggle is now sleek and stunning. A reminder that New York always finishes what it starts, and it does it in style. From dusty alleys to glowing skylines, from whispered elegance to electric chaos, New York isn't just a city, it's a living timeline. Every corner tells a story, and every photo captures a world that once was, and somehow still is. If you felt the heartbeat of New York in these images, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Share your own NYC memories below, and let's keep this city's story alive, one snapshot at a time.